Hi guys. So today we are going to discuss about lead industry. Gravita India Limited. You might have heard of this company or you might not have heard of this company, but this is an interesting company which is recycling lead. So this company is recycling lead, which is also trying to reduce the impact of lead pollution in our environment, and we are going to today discuss about this company. Let us jump right into the topic. So if we talk about the lead production industry in India, lead is produced from two sources. One is the recycled source, another is the virgin lead source. So recycled lead is widely used in India. Approximately 50% of the market is covered by recycled lead, and this lead, applications like batteries, lead acid batteries, from where most of the lead is extracted, and approximately in the recycling process 19% of the lead gets recycled. So if we look at the different aspects, for example, purity, cost of production, market price, what is the environmental impact, and the demand from the particular industry. So if you look at the purity, recycled lead is slightly lower unless refined further. The virgin lead is typically on the higher side. The cost of production is definitely lower for the recycled lead because it already has a produced lead which only needs to be recycled. Whereas for the virgin lead, we have to do the mining and then we have to follow the whole process, which leads to environment pollution, and that's why it also leads to higher costs. The market price is slightly discounted, it is not highly discounted. The virgin lead has the benchmark price. Environmental impact is definitely lower for recycled lead because all this lead is taken from the earlier applications and solutions of lead from where it is extracted, whereas for the virgin lead it is on the higher side. Demand is high for batteries, cost sensitive sectors. Since the recycled lead is a little less on the price, it is used by the cost sensitive industries, whereas virgin lead is used by the industries where the purity is of utmost importance, just like pharmaceutical, for example, is the sector where they prefer to use virgin lead because of the purity which is required in development of these certain drugs, or purity required in the process. Now, if you look at the recycled lead, it is used in application like batteries, automotive industries. Recycled lead is widely accepted and used because it is cost efficient. Whereas if you look at the virgin lead, then it is basically used in pharmaceutical, chemical, or very specialized manufacturing where purity is of importance. Also, if we look at the usage, so according to the International Lead Association, recycled lead accounts for over 50%. That means there is quite a lot of application of the recycled lead, basically used in cost sensitive industries. It really helps in the application of lead. This we can understand from the fact that approximately 50% of the market is served by the recycled lead. Now, if you look at the important players within the lead industry, so this also confirms the fact that 50% of the lead comes from the recycled lead industry, basically from Gravita India, which happens to be a major player. And in the lead industry, we can see that there are approximately three important players: Hindustan Zinc Limited, Gravita India Limited, and Jain Metal Group. So Hindustan Zinc Limited, it is into production of virgin lead, and it produces approximately 2,25,000 metric tons of lead. Whereas if you look at Gravita India Limited, which is recycling the lead, it has got the highest, the second highest lead production in terms of metric ton, which is approximately 1,80,000 to 2 lakh metric tons of recycled lead. So we see that in this industry there are two important players. One is the recycled lead player, another is the virgin lead player. So this itself speaks that recycled lead is very important. Then apart from that, we also have another a company called Jain Metal Group in India, which deals in the secondary market, which is the recycled lead market, and their production is approximately 1,80,000 metric tons. Now we have to understand where all this lead is consumed and what are the numbers for this lead consumption. So if we look at the total lead consumption in India, which is approximately 5 lakh to 5,50,000, it is driven by the automotive, industrial and infrastructure sectors where all the lead is consumed. And we will just try to understand how the domestic production is able to cater to that requirement, so that we are able to know whether there is a gap between the total demand and how much of it we are able to serve domestically. So the domestic production in India is approximately 4,50,000 to 5 lakh, and it includes both primary and secondary market. That means the virgin lead as well as the recycled lead market. So a major chunk of the domestic demand in India is getting served from the domestic production of lead within India, which is a good sign for us because we don't have to depend on import. And remaining approximately 50,000 metric ton gets imported, and hopefully in the future we will be covering that up also. That means we might start producing this 50,000 metric ton per annum also within India as the industry grows. So now if you look at how the industry is growing, so past 5-year CAGR for this industry is approximately 8%, and by 2030 the demand projection for India is going to be high. As mentioned earlier, the CAGR for the industry is approximately 8%. It's between 8 to 10%. But we look at Gravita, the revenue growth for Gravita, which seems to be pretty impressive because they are growing at a pretty significant rate. While the market is growing at 8%, in 2022 they grew at 57%, then 26%, then it became, in March 2024 it became 12.86%, and in March 2025 approximately 22%, which says a lot about how recycled lead company Gravita is progressing, and how it is able to beat the CAGR growth for the market and grow at such a good pace. So hopefully Gravita India Limited would be able to grow at this pace and would be able to contribute to the recycled lead market in India, and help India in becoming totally self-reliant for lead production. I hope you liked this video and you had some insight into how lead industry is growing in India and some of its applications. Thank you very much. Please do like, comment and share.